Hi Libra, welcome to your unexpected reading for March 12th through March 26th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Okay. All right, Libra. Five of Pentacles. All right, so feeling cut off, disconnected, maybe worried about the future, just worried about everything in general, feeling lack. Now okay, so we got the Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords here. Judgment, no, the World, that's the World. So we got Hierophant here, sorry, World, Death, I say just because it's like 1, 2, 3. Is this whole thing going to be major arcana? No, it's not apparently. Okay, so Death, and then Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, 2 sevens. Seven of Swords. Okay, so that's news. 2 sevens is news. So this one wanted to jump. Let me give it another shuffle and see. So that could have just been me grabbing the cards sloppy. All right, Libra. King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. If we're talking about a king. It could also be Cancer or Scorpio. I was going to say Capricorn. Cancer or Scorpio. Okay. So something new, some kind of interest has caught your eye, Libra. You're going through a lot regarding a marriage and this newfound interest that's keeping you up at night. This is a nightmare or insomnia card. So there's been some kind of potential new interest in something or someone that you might possibly feel is causing a rift in this connected, committed relationship. If it's not a relationship, it's that you're in spiritual conflict about what to do, how to go forward. This could be a relationship or a marriage, and then you've got this new interest here. So that's causing you anxiety. It's not a good thing. So what is going on there? All right, so Libra. We got an ending involving a water sign, possibly. If it's not a water sign, like I said, it could be Pisces or Cancer, Scorpio. This is somebody that they might be hard to read. And it's almost like they're so sensitive, they're insensitive. They might be hard to read because their emotions are tied to their control, and their control is tied to their emotions, so that they feel vulnerable. They'll shut down and go into control mode. Could be that. Or this could be somebody that's very open-minded and generous and kind and loving and compassionate. But if it's gotten to this stage where things have ended, my guess is it might have gone to the dark side a little bit. And this person might be kind of emotionally manipulative or very guarded emotionally. Okay. And you definitely are dealing with an ending here. Okay. I don't like the way that's... There we go. Sorry. Definitely are dealing with an ending. I think that might surprise you. I don't know that you expected it. Not expected it from them, but I think the fact that you're like really done is kind of, I don't know, or we'll see. All right. And you need to be strategic about your future. You need to be not very careful. Don't mean to scare. Don't mean to compound on this, fear of lack or feeling cut off. I have a feeling that this is you just not caring anymore. Like, I think that's what surprises you here, is that you're just, there's a void and you don't care. Instead of kind of wanting to work it out and go through the motions, you're like, I just don't care anymore. I feel like that might be a bit of a shock or an upset here. All right, what's this? What's this world about here? So we got an ending and you moving on. This is an ending with you moving on. That's what's in store, but this is King of Cups about. Yeah, there's that control piece I was talking about. We could be at this point. There could be lawyers involved. This is Two Kings is our minor consultation, but I feel like this is someone that might be getting kind of controlling or kind of manipulative, because their first and foremost concern, especially if they feel vulnerable, is control. So we probably got someone that's gone into their fourth quadrant of stress. Yeah. Or this is something that was just under the surface all along, and maybe that's why there's this issue in the marriage. But here's the thing. It's like there's been an ending. This was already underway. I don't think this caused this. I think this was already underway. And yet you've got this new interest, but it's causing you a lot of stress, probably because this isn't resolved yet. What's this death card about for Libra? What's this death card? And it's okay, so to deal with this slow burn, like this slow emotional death, you're probably just taking a really hands-off, uninvolved approach. This could be Sagittarius. This could be like Pisces. I said earlier, Cancer, Scorpio. This could be Virgo, or it could be Taurus or Capricorn. It's funny because it seems like, oh, well, things are dying down, or things. So naturally you're going to be processing this grief slowly and whatnot. But this is all about you being just like, fine, hands off, and just like, all right, I'm letting go now. And why is that surprising? Why is that? All right, what's this Seven of Pentacles? Is the other person going to, okay, whoa. Seriously, like you're just like, okay, yeah, we're good. You're fine. This is Pisces right here. This is Pisces. So that you very well, Libra, could be dealing with the Pisces, but you're willing to just kind of be hands off and let things go, and you're wanting to examine and have time to examine if this person is even worth reinvesting in the future. There's something about planning for the future and how much you want this person involved. Typically, this is about investment, profit, payoff. Could be regret, like, okay, do I really want to keep moving forward with this, or look at all that's happened, ooh, I better invest more wisely, that sort of thing. So I think maybe there's probably an element of feeling like, well, I can't control anything anyway, so what's the point? How much further do I want to get involved in this? Because it's out of my hands at this point. I'm just not willing to make the sacrifices that I need to, or this is not something that I can control. I'm affected by it, but I can't control it. What's this Seven of Swords about? Be strategic with the marriage. This could be, I don't think this is you cheating though, Libra. I think this right here happened after the fact. So now you've got this to process, and then there's this new interest that's, this could be the other person. I don't think this is, I think this is separate. But it could also be that the other person had this new interest or whatnot. But this is minor. This is just minor. So I don't know why this would be causing such a heartbreak. I think that this is something new that's come up for you recently, like a new interest, but you've got all this on your mind. And so this is kind of complicating things rather than being like a good thing, because you've still got all of this to process here. You need to be strategic and careful with this, with sussing out the marriage and the details to the falling out. But I think what's surprising or what's unexpected here is that instead of jumping in there and trying to control everything, you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna let go. I'm not gonna engage, because when you're dealing with these two energies combined in one, this is somebody that is all about maintaining control, and there can be pettiness involved. There can be like the silent treatment. There can be the guilt trip, the shaming, the just anything but being on the up and up and fair. And this is you going, I'm out. Do your worst. I'm out. It's just not worth it. I'd rather be this than to engage and just get crapped on and be toyed with, you know what I mean, and manipulated. What's this Hierophant about? This Hierophant. So this again, here you are, Libra, but this also, and here's Pisces. So Pisces is being probably emotionally manipulated, being secretive, being withholding, possibly. And this is you, and we're talking about this marriage. It could also be that regarding this marriage, this could be Pisces or Cancer, but this is about someone kind of shutting down and not being negotiable, not being approachable about a resolution. They've kind of gone secretive and might be hiding things and gone manipulative and controlling, and it has to be in the court's hands now. This talks about karma also. So at this point, I think you're just like hands off, and you're like, you know what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I simply cannot take much more. And if you're going to go there, we're just going to let the courts figure it out, or I'm just going to go hands off here. It is simply not worth it to me. And I'm going to be, this is also you to some degree going secretive. So you both are, I feel like this is in the beginning stages, like inside of 6 months this happened, and you're both kind of sizing each other out and kind of like pacing around the ring, looking at each other. But there's not much forward movement because it's kind of a battle of the wills, or like battle of a silent treatment type thing, and see who's going to make the move first. And you've already tapped out. You're like, it's not worth it because I know how this person gets. I know how she or he gets when it comes to getting their way, or wanting to come out on top, or wanting to look like the victim, wanting their way, that sort of thing. What else for Libra? Libra. This is good though. This right here is good because you do need to be very careful and strategic, and this shows that you already are, and that you're recognizing the value of just being like, you know, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going there because it's never going to resolve to any, at least at this point, it's not going to amount to anything. It's just going to be drama. Libra. Perhaps you had to wear a mask while you were with this person. Like it was almost like you just stopped being able to be who you were, and they're being down to earth anymore. Maybe this person was emotionally needy and controlling, and 1 minute they're romantic and lovey-dovey, and the next minute they're just tyrannical emotionally and cold and all this. And it was like you found yourself maybe having to wear too many masks while you were around them, when that should have been the person that you could have, that should have been the person that you were able to be authentically yourself with and not have to wear a mask. But I think you'll find in this leaving that there's going to be sort of a rediscovering of who you are, or priorities, because it kind of feels like you're exhausted. There was probably a lot of demands with this person, and you're like, you know what, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, I don't know, I just want to be where I don't have to be anything. I don't want to be drawn from or needed from, manipulated, controlled, or like, no, you're not going to do that now, are you? You know what I mean? Like, you just, somebody trying to get out in front of you and then heard you in the right direction. You're like, can everybody just back off? I don't know who I want to be today. I don't know who I am today. I just need time to not have to be worried about anybody but myself and my future. Uncovering the truth. I had said that this could have been this new interest coming in and kind of wreaking havoc with you emotionally and making you feel really cut off and distant. However, I feel like this is you wanting time to rediscover who you are. I feel like you've kind of been bore down on by this relationship, and you're going to be spending some time sorting out what's what, and you're probably to some degree, for some of you, you're hoping the truth will come out in the courts, or at least instead of things being secretive like that high priestess was there, eventually you're going to get to the bottom of it and you two can proceed forward. There's going to be you kind of recentering and grounding yourself. And I think it's been a while since you've had any time to yourself and been able to sort of know what's what, like really feel like, oh, this is the right way to go, or this is what I want to do, or this is who I am. I feel like it's been challenged a lot, and you've had to either defend it, or it just wasn't worth it, and you're like, screw it, I'll just be this way because it's just easier to get through the situation if I just do like I've always done. Okay, so, all right, 3 cards, 3 of these. Jeez Louise, it's just, I'm surprised the devil didn't show up because it's so oppressive. And here you are healing and transforming, because it's almost like with this separation, finally a weight's kind of been lifted. You can kind of be who you, I feel like some of you don't know yet who you are, or you've lost that along the way, and that's like paramount or priority for recovering or reclaiming after this. But I feel like there's just this like, oh my God, like this exhaustion, because it was always kind of this scurrying around or scrambling and this intensity. And now you're like, now you got this reprieve, and it's like, okay, now what? So it's relief, but at the same time, there's confusion because you're like, I don't know which mask to pick up. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I stand on this, who I am. And I don't know when I'm going to need to gear back up. If I let down, if I truly start to do whatever and let down, am I going to have to scurry around and pick back up another mask and get back out there and fight? Because I don't know if I can do that. I think I'm worn the hell out. Okay, all right. Wow, cool. Conclusion, new direction, and soulmate. Good gracious. Are you heading towards... Is that what this is? Is that what this new budding interest is? Is somebody you're newly interested in? All of a sudden, maybe that's why it's causing conflict, because you're like, I'm out. I'm out. If I have to deal with this person, I'm out. It's a lot of stress for me. But then we've got this situation over here that could possibly be this very beginning new energy where you're just, all of a sudden you're interested. And it's changing. As soon as this reaches conclusion, you're able to go in a different direction towards this person that very well potentially could feel like that soulmate energy. Okay. That's pretty cool. Thank God for that, because I was like, oh my God. Sometimes people get stuck in this place of like, you know what I mean? When you have to resolve, and it's like, oh, that's a tricky place to be in. Because you can get bogged down, and then you want to fight, and I get it, because somebody like this can never give you your due. They can never acknowledge. They can be mean and petty, and that just can get under, your skin, and you want to fight back. But you're like, you know what? I'm out. Fine. Do your games, whatever. I'm just going to be very careful moving forward, because I can't do both, and I'm starting to want to give my attention to this new energy here, because it probably feels really darn good for you. What's this for Libra? Libra. Yay, new direction. I like that. Things come to a conclusion, you head in a new direction, and here you are. Soulmate. All right, yeah, so this new beginning is going to have some challenges, because you've still got some hurdles to jump through. You've still got to wrap this up over here. This still needs, even though you've like basically are stepping through the door and moving on, there's still processing the leaving. There's still things that you need to wrap up with this prior situation. So this new relationship, yay, it's going to have trouble moving forward, and perhaps that's why it stayed at this page level for you, because you can't really move forward until you wrap up this situation here. So it's the potential for it is there. It's just there's got to be a way that you can find to traverse the mountain, or the navigate this right here. This very well could be things getting involved in the legal system, and you just kind of shutting down and closing off, and letting somebody that you have designated to handle it, because otherwise it could be round and round we go. You know what I mean? And this could end up being Mount Everest. So good that you've kind of closed down and shut off, and that you're moving forward. It's just expect delays, just because this does need to get wrapped up, and the other person might not be that cooperative. Okay. All right, Libra, I hope this was helpful, and I wish you luck with this. This right here, this is really cool, because it's like, oh, yay, okay, so just a matter of wrapping up the past, because this seems exciting. A new direction towards a soulmate, yay. I didn't want that. All right, I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.